90% of the tables are Pokemon.
Right.
And this is at a show that, like, they had autograph signings too for athletes. So Ray Bork was there signing,
Oh, wow.
and another Bruins player. So I was very surprised to see that many Pokemon versus, like, because of the nature of it. But what I did find was it pretty interesting is because it's so oversaturated with Pokemon vendors, and because this market is so volatile right now, you didn't see a single price that was the same on any single product
Oh, I'm sure.
in between booths, and they were just wide swings.
Oh, really?
Like someone who you could see the other vendor to your right selling the same thing, while at the other vendor's table, $15 more expensive at the next table.
Dang.
And busy table, people still looking. It was very surprising, and it was like that for everything, from cards to boxes to packs.
I was going to ask about sealed product if it was also that wide of a swing.
Yeah, but they also, all these guys weigh their stuff, so they're also shady dealers.
Yeah.
But like one of the places I saw, like, had a thing that said, like, they had Pokemon packs and it was like $5 for kids only. And it was like packs that were also being sold for like $9.
Gotcha.
You know, 2 tables down, but also packs I could probably go to like you could probably go to a Target and find for retail.
Right.
I don't have that. But yeah, it was very interesting. I haven't really dealt in cards, and I didn't really see much Magic. I didn't see much outside of Pokemon or sports. There was like one table with like Disney cards, but I expected to see all these people with like the Marvel cards, the Disney cards, the Magic cards, but no, it was very interesting. You know, we got some stuff we definitely overpaid for, but we got some good hits, if you will. So value wise, we made our money back, which is
nice. Yeah, I haven't
not that we're selling our cards.
I haven't been to a card show in so long, and I've contemplated going because there's been some relatively close recently that I contemplated going to, and I don't know that I would enjoy myself.
It's not like fun. How I remember card shows,
right?
But because now you're just like guessing every time if you're getting ripped off,
right?
And I feel like you're getting ripped off more now than you would back then, because at least when we were kids, people aren't like, someone was like brought up, they were people buying stuff too, and someone brought over us like a box, a sealed box, and they were like, "How much are you buying?" And the guy's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "What do you think about this?" And he just pulls his phone right out and he just scans it, and then he lowballs the guy. Yep. And then the guy's like, "Wait a second, this is worth this much." He's like, "Yeah, but we have our margins and we have to make money too." And he's like, "Okay," and like, that's the market. So see you later. When your value is just driven by the internet, there's no more deals anymore. And if you're getting a deal, you got to be wondering, why am I getting this deal?
Right.
Which makes it kind of loses like what I remember card shows being like, where it was like, hey, maybe I'll be able to grab a McGuire rookie for $25 this time.
Right.
Like, because they don't know the value.
Right. When is the next Beckett coming out? Okay. Yeah, I haven't until then.
Let's check out the Becketts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's tough now, but it's still interesting. And like a lot of people are very nice when you're there with a kid, like giving Jameson cards and posters and things like that for free, which is very nice.
Right.
But then you feel obligated because you're like, oh, this person just gave my son a bunch of things. I should probably buy a pack from them or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It is fascinating because part of me wants to, and maybe this is wrong, I know you can't know everything, but part of me is like, if you are a vendor at a card show selling Pokemon cards, and someone walks up to you and is like, I would like to sell you this Pokemon card. Yeah. I would like to think you would like relatively know how much that card should be worth.
You shouldn't have some idea. Yeah, I agree with you.
Right. And maybe that's unrealistic because like you can't know every card, sure. But if it's a card that someone's actually wanting to sell.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not like you need to know every card. You just need to know the cards that somebody would actually legitimately potentially want to sell to you.
Yeah.
And that's not a huge group of cards, I can't imagine.
Well, for Pokemon, there's a lot of sets.
I know.
I will say, it was funny. There was a kid with his mom. He had his binder, and he's trying to get a card. He sees a card he likes and he wants to trade. So this guy's
Oof,
doing
yeah.
trades.
Yep.
So he's like, I'm really interested in this card. And the guy goes, okay, let's take a look at what you have. And he's like, he wanted a $5 card.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy and his son are looking through this kid's binder, and he's like, we'd be interested in this one. And he goes, okay, what's it worth? And they're like $5. And he goes, okay, how about can we trade that one for this one? And then the guy goes, oh, hold on one sec. He goes back to the kid's binder, takes out another card. He goes, these two for that one. And the kid's like, but you just said it was $5. And then the guy's son goes, we got to make our money.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a flat out trade, guys.
Right.
Come
Yeah.
on. You're getting your money, your exact dollar value back. You're
Yeah.
not losing a single penny.
Yeah. Yeah. In theory, you were just like exchanging merchandise for
Yeah.
merchandise, right? Like
$5 for $5.
$5. Yeah. Yeah. But I guess if that's all they ever did, then they would never make any money. So I get it. But it's also like, man, as a kid,
It's
maybe you're
just a
teaching
kid.
him something. I don't know.
Well, you're teaching him that the world's not fair. My $5 isn't equal to your $5.
Yeah, our $5 is more important than your $5. So, yeah. Hey, by the way, this is Board with Video Games. I'm Kyle Hyman. That's Josh Barboni. We're thrilled you're joining us. We're talking about cards and reminiscing about all these things.
Yeah.
Feedback, questions, suggested topics, boardwithvg@gmail.com. Instagram, also Board with VG. We're part of the Place of Video Games podcast family, so check them out. They're amazing and all of their things. Josh, when was the last time that you went to a card show for yourself?
For myself.
Yeah, where you're like, I am going for this thing.
Maybe like 1996.
Yeah, I would. For me, it would have been a Twins Fest in like, gosh, yeah, mid '90s probably was the last time I would have gone to one.
Yeah.
So it's been quite some time since I've gone to, because when I was playing Magic a lot, like I bought and sold and traded Magic cards a ton, but it was always just at the Magic store that I went to.
Yeah, and we were the same. Like we would go to just like the local comic shops or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't been to an actual card show in a really, really long time. So,
Well, you know what I have now? Boxes and boxes of crap that's not worth anything. Good
no,
job, we did.
Yeah, it's especially the early '90s, like those Chuck Knobloch cards weren't gonna like trade for themselves. I had to go get all those Chuck Knoblochs. So, yeah,
It's crazy. It's just so crazy how the values have flip flopped in trading cards, from Pokemon being now 10 times more valuable than most sports cards.
I do wonder if it is. I wonder if the sports cards market, though, because it is like in theory more niche. I have to imagine that they're producing less products, so maybe from a value perspective, because I do think there was an issue, in the '80s and '90s for sure, probably, where all the stories started coming up about like, oh, the Honus Wagner card and like all these things that was like, oh, these things are worth money now. So no one ever got rid of their cards. So I
Yeah.
think a lot of the cards and the product from that time probably isn't worth much of anything anymore, or very little in comparison, because everyone just held on to their stuff, because everyone's cards will eventually all be like Honus Wagner
Yeah.
or Mickey Mantle rookies or whatever. And I wonder if that stopped then, when obviously we saw that the value proposition did not maintain in that same way. So I wonder if when we got into the thousands and the 2010s, when I was completely out of it, if they started producing less, like as a result, like prices like kind of rebounded and returned. So even though it's not as popular as Pokemon is now, if there is
Yeah.
still like money to be made in a healthy market there, I wonder.
I'd be curious. Who would we think? Shohei rookie card?
Yeah. How much is Notani rookie? That's a great question. I have no idea.
So for shopping for a Shohei Otani rookie card, yeah, I mean, the PSA 10s, well, I guess it depends on the ones you're looking at. So there's a PSA 10 2018 tops for $19,000.
Okay. And
So yeah, there's
I
some
do
value.
wonder if they do the thing that, Magic does, and they have like all these super limited sets and super limited thing, just to kind of drive the market, if you would.
Yeah, like they get their shinies, they got their
Mhm.
variants. They got all that kind of stuff too in there.
Yeah.
A lot of the big stuff now that you see is like the autograph cards or like
Yeah.
the litho cards or the jersey cards, things like
Yep.
that.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Would
Oh,
you ever
that's a
want to get
price
back into?
drop on that show. Hey,
There's a price drop.
that was a price drop to
Ooh.
19,000. I don't know
Huh.
what it was before, but you can with Klarna, you can get it for $912 a month if you want to just put yourself in debt for the rest of your life.
Yeah, just to have Topps rookie card of Shohei Ohtani. I guess people have probably made worse financial investments in their lives.
Oh, for sure.
So, but yeah, would you ever want to get back into the world of like collectibles from that perspective?
No. I will say though, getting cards for my son
Mm-hmm.
was really the Griffey rookie's still worth a good amount of money.
Oh, is it?
PSA 9 you can get it's $475. So
Yeah, but I feel like that's like what it was like when we were collecting. I feel
yeah,
like it, maybe
yeah. I
not.
mean, it's back up. You can sell a regular, clean one for $91. So I was in it at like $100 when I got mine.
Okay.
But yeah, opening packs with my son has brought that's never changed. I've always liked opening packs, cracking packs. Like
Right.
I did start. I am kind of like collecting Magic cards again, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
but just like these like super niche to my
Uh-huh.
growing up themes. So Hobbit, well, Lord of the Rings,
Gotcha.
Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, all things I would never have imagined being a Magic set
Mm.
when I was a kid.
Josh, I could get this Chuck Knobloch 1992 Pinnacle rookie card PSA 9 for $69.
That's a steal.
However, if I want to get it ungraded, I can get it for $1.99.
That's even better deal.
Oh, excuse me, $1.55. Or best offer.
Nice. You can talk them down to $1, I bet.
I bet I could. I bet I could.
$1 free shipping. You're gonna get a bent, like the most bent of bent cards
I know.
you ever got.
Oh man, I loved Chuck Knobloch when I was a kid, and then he went to the Yankees and he sucked. Ugh. Anyway, I guess we don't have to talk about Chuck Knobloch anymore.
No,
But
you
they're
said
selling.
Yankees, so I had to tune you out now.
What's that?
You said Yankees, so I have to tune you out now.
Oh yeah, well I was talking about him being bad on the
Yeah,
Yankees. Does
yeah.
that count?
Everyone's bad on the Yankees.
Yeah, everyone is bad on the Yankees. That's true. So yeah. Anyway, enough sports card talk. Josh, this is our 300th episode.
Crazy.
Who would have thought that we would have been doing this so long? So we have a couple things we're going to talk about, but then we're going to do something very special where we're going to decide on the top 5 games, top 5 video games, to be clear.
Ever.
Just since Board with Video Games started back in 2017. So yeah, we're going to go through each year, and then we're going to come up with, at the end, the 5 definitive. We'll have to talk about whether we want it to be best games that represent our podcast, games that we like as a duo the most. We'll have to figure that out. But
Sure.
before that, Josh, what's the first thing you want to talk about other than card shows?
Well, I'm stealing from you, and it's the same thing that you want to talk about.
Awesome, let's do it.
Just kind of what we've been playing, and honestly, I want to say I haven't been playing a lot, but it's not necessarily true. I've just been playing a lot of Diablo. Still, I can't seem to take myself away from it.
Yeah.
That and Dice a Million, which I play when Diablo lags. I go, okay, Dice a Million, it's your turn. So yeah, Lord of Hatred update. Pat season came out. And did I talk about this last time we recorded? I don't recall.
So I think we talked generally about it coming out soon, and that you were looking forward to it, and that you had, because you had played one of the, because this has 2 new classes, but one they released early.
Yes. I played the Paladin previously.
Yeah, so I think we had talked about that, but I don't think we've talked about since then, like your impressions of it or anything.
Yeah, that's right. Because now I remember I had logged. After we finished recording, I jumped on to try to finish up my season, and it launched the DLC early.
Yeah,
the expansion early. So what I thought was pretty interesting was when I was like, okay, I got to pick a character who I finished Vessel of Hatred with because I have like 9 characters. I didn't finish Vessel of Hatred with every one of them.
Hmm.
Um,
And you call yourself a Diablo
I
fan.
know, crazy. Uh, so I picked up my rogue, my rogue, I believe, and yeah, I jumped in, and the first thing that I thought, which really caught me off guard and was very jarring, was all of my skills were empty. I
Yeah.
had no hotkeys, and I'm like, "What the heck?" I thought the game glitched, and I opened up my inventory, and it had refunded all of my skill points, and I was like, "Oh, jeez, I forgot that they would do. I didn't know they were going to do it that way."
Right.
So essentially, they reworked all the skill trees for all the characters. For people who have played Diablo before, one of the interesting things that I noticed they did was when you level up your characters in Diablo, you have we'll call them main skills. It's
Hmm.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your mouse. Sorry, on your mouse, jeez, on your keyboard. I'll get my stuff together, I promise. And each skill you can kind of mess around with it, but each skill is generally like this is your basic attack, and you can choose from typically 3 different options when you're doing that. And then they
Hmm.
also have in this branching skill tree each section where you can choose a different, like your main attack, your sub attack, your range attack, your ultimate.
Hmm.
They also have little skills in that tree area that aren't necessarily tied to that skill, but they give you buffs. Like maybe your defense is a certain percentage higher and you can level those up as well.
Hmm.
Well, they get rid of all those. They don't have those small little like boosts onto your character that aren't tied to an attack of some sort. Also, what they did was they now offer. I want to say it's for every level of the tree, 6 abilities to choose from instead of 3.
Oh.
And they kind of, at least for the rogue, they kind of split it down the middle. And the first one on the left side of it was close range attacks, and
Hmm.
on the right side of it were range attacks. And that's pretty a pretty big step for them to kind of even give you that many options, but also split them up. And the further down you go, you would see this, at least this specific class would be tied to elemental attacks like poison, darkness,
Hmm.
cold. And obviously each character is different. But also before this change was you could upgrade each of your attacks 5 times up to level 5. And then you kind of stuck there. You have a paragon system which happens after you reach level 50, where you can start upgrading a new skill tree that's more based along like power ups and stuff instead of attacks. Um, but now in the main tree, you can level up to level 15 for each one.
Hmm.
So 3 times as many levels per attack, per ability, which I thought was very interesting. And it gives a lot more to think about as you're like creating your character and deciding how you want your character to play. So I really like that. I will say I'm still playing as the rogue, and it's just I'm not vibing with the rogue
Oh, really?
after all this time with this character. It just doesn't. I don't know. There's like certain characters. I think maybe because I was just playing the paladin in the last season, and the classes are so different
Hmm.
that it just doesn't like pack the same punch, I guess is what I would say for the character. I'm still enjoying the story, um, but I'm probably going to switch to the sorcerer soon. But
Mm.
I did play co-op with Kevin Austin, and I misunderstood what he said. I was like, "Hey, tell me what class you're picking first. I'll pick a complementary class." And I thought he said um, necromancer, so I picked sorcerer, and then we ended up both being sorcerer, which I thought was pretty funny. But what was cool was our skill sets were totally different, so we
Hmm.
weren't even doing the same attacks without even communicating with each other.
Right.
Like very different attack styles. And that was a lot of fun. Just kind of playing with them, and honestly, I was just sitting in bed on my Steam Deck. We didn't have chat on. Uh, I was doing my normal routine, but I got to, I was just playing with Kevin, and it was just nice to
Hmm.
like adventure with someone who isn't just like a online player running past you on their horse and not helping you ever.
Right.
Um, and then yeah, and then the story is it's a it's an interesting story. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't really gotten through the Lord Vessel of Hatred. But there's a pretty big starting point to this DLC, pretty big event that happens, and then I also thought it was interesting because I am playing in bed. I'll pause the TV and turn my volume up when like a cinematic's happening.
Hmm.
But something they did differently in Lord of Hatred is they put in like cinematic um in betweeners. Like they're not loading screens because it takes a lot to load them, but it's just
Sure.
like a cinematic of like like up a bay approaching a giant city, and then like a cinematic of like a moon in the background.
Hmm.
But it like cues it up as if you're about to get one of those like classic like crazy Blizzard cutscenes.
Right.
But they did a lot of work on it, and it looks great. Still plays great, so I'm really enjoying my time with it still.
Josh, when you're playing Diablo, do you follow like a build guide on like Max Roll or anything like that, or do you just like do your thing?
I just do my thing. I've considered like trying to follow some guides
Hmm.
for specific builds, but I kind of like not figuring it out. I kind of like going on at my own pace, and like I enjoy getting a new legendary even though I can't equip like I won't equip it because my gear's better, but
Right.
I enjoy salvaging it so I get the aspect of it
Hmm.
and then maybe put it into a weapon I have if it suits my character's build.
Sure.
I enjoy that. Maybe one day I'll pull up a guide so I can jump into these like nightmare torment
Yeah.
dungeons that people play on. I enjoy the post game so much. I don't even really need to. I don't have that need to like feed a torment dungeon run. Like I
Gotcha.
used to do that in Diablo 3, but that's because I
Hmm.
had done everything in
Right.
Diablo 3. But
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I just am always so nervous that I'm just going to like build a crappy build. Like
yeah, yeah. As long as it works for you, like that's the thing. Like you can get through the game. I'm playing on penitent difficulty now, and I'm having no problems. It's not letting me do a difficulty higher until I complete like a certain amount of things.
gotcha.
So even with my like, I would also say even with my like crappy builds
Hmm.
that I have, it's
Yeah.
still manageable.
Yeah. Yeah. I downloaded it 165 gigabytes later. It's like goodness gracious. But I haven't jumped back in, but I did re-download it. So
Nice.
Di- Diablo is just one of those games that every time I'm playing it, I'm like, why would I play anything other than this?
Yeah, yeah,
But it's really, I don't know, but like as soon as I leave, I'm like not thinking about it. So then like when I go back to play, it just doesn't like bubble up as this thing. But when I'm playing it, I'm loving it. I'm having such a good time. It's just a really odd relationship I have with it. Cause like when I play it, I love it. I can't put it
yeah.
down. But like turning it on is like I never think about. I
I
don't
think
know why.
it's the commitment to playing a game that you know everything about it. You're not gonna go and get surprised by a Diablo, at least in my head, because I feel the same way.
Right.
Like I can, if I just want to play a game,
Hmm.
it's Diablo. But I do the same thing, and I go, should I be doing something else,
Right.
or like should I be sleeping? Maybe I should be sleeping.
Maybe I should be
But yeah,
sleeping. Yeah.
I do think there's a little bit of it that
Yeah.
um, the repetitive nature,
Hmm.
or if you've done everything there is to do, it doesn't have the same pull.
Yeah. That's why those people who are like content creators and stuff around, especially like games like Diablo, I'm just like, goodness gracious, like they just grind that stuff out and then they're like doing end game stuff on the, hardest difficulties. And it's just like
Yeah,
watching it, you're like, there's just so many things happening on the screen at one time,
yeah,
and they have all of their like cooldowns like perfectly timed. So they're not, they're just hitting things in their cycles perfectly. And it's just, man, it's nuts.
yeah,
That's nuts. Cool. All right, Diablo 4, Lord of Hatred.
yeah,
How long do you
yeah.
think? Okay, have they announced? Is this the last DLC?
I believe it's the last DLC. They typically only do two.
So that now what?
Diablo 5.
When?
I'm gonna. guess a quicker turnaround because Blizzard really needs some IPs to start selling.
Like quicker turnaround, like 2030.
I think 2030 isn't crazy. I think even maybe earlier.
Because 2030 would, because this came out in 2023. Is that right? 24.
That's a good question. Yeah. I mean, I have no reason to doubt you.
Yeah, because I think it was 24.
June 5th, 2023. Yeah.
2023.
I
It was
mean,
2023. Okay.
I don't even think 2028 is out of the question.
But that would mean they're working on it right now.
Yeah. It doesn't need to, like, it's Diablo. They don't, even with the giant breaks in time
Uh-huh.
between games, they're not much different
But
than
Josh, you were able to jump in this one now. Come on, that was such a big deal.
you can't jump in this.
But can't you like jump like down or like
You
up
can jump a chasm,
a
like a
chasm? Yeah.
ladder. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say that was a big deal.
Yes,
That added
a
2
big
years.
deal that it wasn't in the other ones, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how Diablo Immortal is working for them, but I really don't think it's crazy to see Diablo 5 before 2028, well, by 2028. But who knows? I don't know what their plan is. I don't know if they know what their plan is.
Yeah. Do you have things you'd want for Diablo 5 other than
Just
just quote unquote more Diablo?
uh the one of the things in Diablo 4 that they did was a lot, I guess I would say was a lot different, was the druid character. So I would like to see more interesting character classes, or kind of like how they're pitching the sorcerer, like
Mhm.
where they showed like, here's the sorcerer in Diablo 2 when he was a baby, like kind of whatever, like
Oh,
when he
okay.
was young, and then Diablo Immortal has a different version of him, and now
Mhm.
Diablo 4 has the older version of him. I think that's kind of a cool idea
Mhm.
where your characters can technically change just by age and maturity and refinement. So like maybe when Diablo 5 comes out, you have this crazy barbarian,
Mm.
or you have this like old Conan barbarian where he's just an old man barbarian. Like things
Mhm.
like that could be interesting, or maybe giving the characters a little bit more place in the story other than just the person who's there with everybody else.
Mm.
Because that's really what the character in Diablo 4 is you're just like there. Like you're with Nyrel, you're with
Yeah.
uh, uh, Lorath, you're with all these people. You're not
Yeah.
really uh, well, you're pivotal because you're the only person who can do all these tasks for them, but
Yes.
really you're just the person they found who
Yeah.
could do it.
Yeah. The story is kind of happening to them and you just happen to be there.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I'm trying to think of like what would be like a really like neat class that they could add that would fit in with the oeuvre, if you would, of Diablo, right? That's not
Yeah.
ridiculous, but would still be an interesting. And I want it to be super basic. Like I wish they could make like a farmer.
I was thinking, well, yeah, I guess. I was thinking that we don't have a bard in Diablo, and
Oh,
a
that'd be cool.
song system could be pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just thinking of like a farmer who's like walking around. So he has like a cow that he walks with, but then he has like pitchforks
You're
or
pitching
hand
an
scythe.
NPC. So-
I'm just saying he could do some stuff. He could do some damage. I don't know. Might be.
well, cow, you're in the your cows are in the Diablo wheelhouse, so
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, you're right. You're almost right on the money.
I'm we're getting there. There's an idea here. Not it may not be a good idea, but there's an idea.
Diablo 5 is just Diablo 5, the cow Diablo. It's just all the cow level.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting. It would be if they went and just did like super basic jobs.
Yeah.
You know, farmer, shopkeeper, banker.
Fighter.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're starting like Oregon Trail. It's like what who you take with
Yeah.
you on the Oregon Trail, but it's just Diablo. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think Blizzard's going to take any of these ideas, but hey,
Diablo
they're there if you need
demastered.
them.
Yeah.
If you need them, Blizzard, let us know. So awesome. What else have you been playing, sir?
We'll talk about, so we went away to Vermont, way up north Vermont last week, and we brought some board games with us. we didn't we didn't play. We didn't really we were on it to try some more complicated games we haven't played before.
Mhm.
But really, we just had long days.
Yeah.
So we played. Oh shoot, Lanterns, which is a game I've talked about a
Mhm.
million times. We finally played Fox and the Forest Duet, which is a game we hadn't played.
Mhm.
But we really love Fox in the Forest. And for anyone who doesn't know, it's essentially it's a two-player trick-taking game where you have some cards in your deck that have special abilities which alter the gameplay. Fox in the Forest Duet doesn't stray too far from that model,
Mhm.
except you have a little map. On the map, you have these tiles. They're called something. I forget. Thematically, they're called something. But they're like victory points. So, and you place them on the board and you start in the middle. But the way that the duet works is the idea is to get all of the tiles off of the board, but the person who wins the trick is the person who moves, and it
Mm.
moves in their direction. So what you have to do, and you can't talk about your cards, but it is a co-op game. Um, you can't discuss your cards or your moves, but what you have to do is manipulate the player pawn in the middle of the board based on who's winning tricks. Because when you get to the end of a player's side, there's nothing at the end.
Mhm.
It just you have no tiles to get, no victory points to get. So now we have to figure out a way to get me to start winning or get her to start winning, whoever's on the opposite side. And you're not
Mm.
you have to land on the space to collect a victory point. So
Sure.
there's lots of times where you'll have to go back and forth multiple times because the point system um, is based off of little paw prints on the cards.
Mhm.
So the paw prints tell you how many spots the marker moves. A card can have up to three, I believe, but no less than one. So there's one, two, or three on the cards.
Sure. Yeah.
And well, I guess the special ability cards don't have paw prints, so I guess there are cards that don't have those. But essentially, you just have to work on manipulating who's winning and how many spots this thing is moving over the course of 3 rounds. It's pretty fun. It was a nice, challenging little game. Nothing
Yeah.
too crazy to have to learn, but something definitely that we could pick up and play again very easily.
Very cool. Very cool.
So that's a cool one. And then finally, I'll end with Saros because
Yeah.
I'm playing Saros. And today I finally beat that first pesky first boss.
Nice.
Uh, and I feel like it was appropriately timed. Like I feel like you need to build your character up
Mhm.
with the skill tree that they have, which I actually like the skill tree until I got to the point where I couldn't level it up anymore because had to beat the first boss.
Yep. Yep.
And then I was like, "Oh, you sneaky,
You
sneaky
pesky
developers!"
guy.
So I'm now through the second biome. I'm at the boss of the second biome, which is really just kicking my butt
Yeah.
sideways. It is
Okay.
brutal. These boss fights are forget the boss fights. These mini boss fights that
Yeah.
happen in the levels
Yeah.
are insane. It's chaotic, but it's I'm still having a lot of fun.
Mhm.
However, I feel the returnal burnout. I feel it. It's
Gotcha.
close. Um, so I might pull the push the brakes, pull the brakes a little bit on this,
Hit the
and
brakes.
hit the brakes. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the things except for hit them. Uh, crash right through that wall. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, who's been under a rock, um, Saros is essentially the successor to Returnal. Plays just like Returnal. Mine is like with different tweaks here and there, but the
Yeah.
gunfire is very similar. I do still find myself wishing for more gun variety.
Mm.
Um, to the point where I started messing with the handgun. I'm like, I'll never like the handgun, and it's actually pretty good. So I didn't hate it. The range is much better on these guns.
Mhm.
However, you are penalized for ranged combat in this because the very rare currency, I'm forgetting the name of it, that drops out of bad guys, Lucenite.
Oh, yeah.
lucite,
Yeah.
something like that.
Something like that.
It disappears pretty quickly. I know that there's parts of your tree you can level up where they
Mhm.
don't disappear so quickly, but even when you do those, it's still pretty quick. So if you're like taking an enemy out from the other end of the map, chances are, uh, one, there's other enemies between you and the stuff it drops, and two, it'll probably be gone by the time you get there. So it does reward close combat,
Yeah.
uh, which is tricky because close combat is tough. And I will say the melee doesn't feel as good and or as important as it did in Returnal.
Mm,
I know that there's specific bad guys that you need to do melee, but I never
you
find
do.
myself using melee um, on bad guys. I'm always running from them.
Yeah, I'm usually not close enough to be meleeing dudes,
Yeah,
or if I am, it's because I like, oh, I messed up.
yeah, you get surprised. Yeah,
Yeah.
but overall, I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking the. I do like the story beats are quicker than
Hmm.
Returnal, so
Yeah.
at least there's more story getting filtered through. So I do like that, and yeah, I anticipate playing it a bunch more between now and the 15th when we get early access to Forza Horizon 6.
Yeah. Um, I'm also playing Saros. I have only done a few runs at this point. Um, so I echo many of the things that you said. Uh, I don't know that there's a team out there that makes games that feel as good to play as Housemarque does.
Yeah, it feels real good.
Like their games just feel incredible to play. Even if you don't like their games, I think it's really hard to argue that they're not exceptionally crafted, and especially the combat in them and the movement in them is just so fluid and smooth. It just is. They really are kind of masters at that gameplay portion of their games. I agree. Returnal, I did really enjoy. I think that the story and things. I think this everything about Asaros is just much more approachable than I think almost anything in Returnal was.
Yeah,
I think that's both good and bad. Overall, I really really like Saros. Please, this is not me like saying I'm not enjoying it. I really am. But like it does feel much more like do a run. Now we're gonna have some nice story time and cut scenes and like
yeah,
learn some stuff. Right, like everything is just much more explained than it was in Returnal. Um, and I think that makes the game, even though I do think it's challenging still. This was a mistake I made is I listened to a couple of reviews and read a couple of reviews about the game, and everyone was talking about how easy it was. And then I play it a few runs and I'm like this is easier than Returnal is, but this is still not an easy game.
yeah, for sure.
So I do think that while this is probably one of Housemarque's more approachable games, I still don't think it's an easy game to play. I do appreciate how well they use all of the features of the DualSense in a actually meaningful and interesting way, and they're still like the only studio that does.
Yeah,
I love and find very fascinating kind of the half pull, full pull on the triggers. Like the fact that like basically no one else does that is pretty disappointing because I think it's done effectively and meaningfully, and I never like accidentally do something right. Like
yeah,
I always am doing what I'm intending to. So yeah, Saros is just great, and I will say the environments. Oh my gosh, that was one of the things about Returnal is that like the environments were all pretty much like the
yeah,
same. Like they change, but like not really. Whereas wow, the environments and the biomes in this are whew,
yeah,
they're really well designed, really well laid out. And they're lookers. They're interesting. I think they've done a really nice job. So yeah, Saros. I do think it's a must play if you're a PS5 person. I do think it is one of the kind of reasons to have a PlayStation 5 at this point.
yeah.
Which means that a couple of the biggest reasons to have a PlayStation 5, well, granted, Returnal's on PC, but a couple of the reasons that, like, hey, games that show off the PS5 best both come from Housemarque at this point.
It's true.
So, in addition to that, I am playing one of kind of the hot games of the moment, and that is Mixtape. If you know me, you will know that Mixtape is right up my alley. It is a narrative adventure game, but it is really, really drenched in basically, well, in a lot of ways, 90s nostalgia. Though they don't really exactly say when this game takes place. At least so far, I think I'm almost done with it. It's not super long. Uh, it definitely feels like it's late '80s to mid '90s, though it could be later or earlier than that. But it really is these, high school kids reliving, kind of their last date, or not reliving, but going through their last date together, these friends, and then having flashbacks in that.
Hmm.
And though all the experiences they have, I did not have in high school and or went through, it still really just kind of hits that nostalgia funny bone for me, if you would, that just like everything they're doing, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I remember when I did something kind of like that one time. And the soundtrack to this game is incredible. So it's not going to be all stuff that I think anyone knows. I will say though, I was pretty stoked that I think as they're going through, they're kind of like the main character in the game is a wants to be a music supervisor, so they have created this soundtrack for this last night together with their friends. And as they're going through, they kind of break the fourth wall and tell you like what song this is, who it's by, and like why it was picked for this like
Oh,
next
nice.
part of the story. um and some of it are there's I mean there you have to really know music, I think, to know most of these songs. There are some a few more popular songs, but a lot of really deep cuts. But like the third or fourth quote unquote track for the soundtrack of their evening is Freak by Silverchair. So
Oh,
I was like,
nice.
well, okay. I'm just like at that point I was just totally in. Like I at that point I was like, all right, this game is pretty much talking my language. And I'm really enjoying it. So there are there is some pretty strong backlash about this game, which I think is interesting. Basically people being angry that this game, rated so high, and then things like Crimson Desert didn't, because like,
Oh God,
you
people get
know,
over it.
you could probably guess about what the arguments are about around that.
Yeah.
But needless to say, um, Mixtape is awesome. I'm really enjoying it. It's on everything. It's $20 or on Game Pass. So I think it's easily worth it. I think a run in the game, like going through the entire game, is 3 or 4 hours. Like
Oh,
it's
really?
not long. So it is pretty short. If you try to do everything, make sure you have every conversation, like take your time and all this stuff, you might be able to push it to like 4.5. But I think most people's runs are gonna be 3.5 hours in the game. So,
Nice.
but it's pretty cool. And if nothing else, the animation, the visual style, the art direction of the game is incredible. So even if nothing else, checking it out for that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I have it downloaded. I'll get to it at some point, I think this week.
Very cool. Other two things I've been playing, more in my survivors style games. One is the Spell Brigade. This game has been in early access for a really, really long time. It just went 1.0. This is takes your typical survivors style game, but actually it can be played in co-op. So that's kind of like the
Yeah, I
big
was
thing
just
it's
looking at it.
doing.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's up to 4-player co-op. You can still play it solo if you want to. Um, I'm enjoying it. I'm not loving it. I think because it is kind of designed around co-op, playing it solo is a little challenging. But also it does the one thing that I don't love when these games do, is that when you start, your character moves so slow.
Oh yeah.
I'm just not a huge fan of that. Like I understand like getting speed is like a really important skill in these games, but goodness gracious, do you feel like you're walking through molasses in this game? But so far it's not doing anything that no other survivors game has done, other than like I said, that co-op part of it. So if you have somebody to play with, I think it's definitely worth it. It plays up to 4-player co-op, but it's also like $13, so it's not super expensive.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of play time there. There's a ton of stuff to unlock, as always in these games. So if you're looking for another survivors game, I think you could do much worse than the Spell Brigade. And then the other one, Deep Rock Galactic Survivors, has DLC that came out. What's kind of crazy about the DLC is I think Deep Rock Galactic Survivors is like $13.
Yeah.
The DLC's 10.
Whoa.
Because all it adds is like a new class, a new game mode, but then it does add like a level to like each of the previous ones, each of the previous like kind of biomes that existed, which doesn't sound like when I say only, like that's still kind of a lot of content. But when you consider the entire game was $13 with
Yeah.
all of the stuff, it does feel a little, the pricing seems weird. With that being said, since I had put over $100 into Deep Rock Galactic Survivors, I felt like the $10 for the DLC I put over 100 hours into a $13 game. I felt like I could give them $10. Like, like
Yeah,
I feel
I
like I
think
got my
so.
money's worth. And I will say the new class that it comes with is, I think, interesting. It's kind of weird. It's actually a vehicle
Oh,
class, so you're like driving, the character drives a vehicle.
yeah,
And so for you can have simplified controls, but also for the first time, like you can use on at least the Steam Deck, like the right trigger to like drive forward and the left trigger to like go in reverse. Whereas before all you ever had to do is move the left stick. And then but then it spins, like, so your left stick is just like spinning and turning, and
yeah,
then the right and left are like forward and backwards basically. So it actually adds some pretty significant like control depth to the game. um
huh,
so I like that, but what I don't love about it, or the only like kind of drawback, is that because of how this game was designed previously, some of the levels that you're walking through and some of the areas in these randomly generated levels are really narrow. And sometimes like it doesn't seem like it has totally taken into account now this new class
yeah,
that has this wider vehicle. And I think sometimes you can just like get stuck or blocked in areas that they did not intend for that to happen.
gotcha.
But other than that, it also added a new game mode, where there's this egg hunt mode where you have to go collect alien eggs, and put them in the central depository, and then go put, after you get a certain number, you can go pick up a couple more to get some like big buffs, and then after 3 levels of that, you then fight this big like weird tentacle monster thing. So it's fun. It's cool. It's more Deep Rock Galactic Survivors. So if you enjoy it, and they added new weapons and new equipment and like all that good stuff. So if you enjoy Deep Rock Galactic Survivors and you haven't played in a while, it's an easy reason to stop back and play it. If you have played a ton of it, like I have, it adds some new things to it, but I don't think it like completely revolutionizes the game or anything like that. But yeah, it's fun. I think, like I said, the only thing that's kind of weird is the pricing. But again, for how much time I put into the $13 game, I felt like I kind of owed them $10 more. So,
Yeah, and you can, if anyone wants to get into it now, they can get both for $19.
oh yeah, there you go.
So
Good
it's a
deal.
pretty good deal.
It is. All right, so that's what we've been playing. With that, Josh, what else do you want to talk about before we get into our top 5 games of whatever?
Well, talking about the internet being the internet again, um, something happened that nobody was expecting, and then everyone got mad about it. Uh, and that is Star Fox. Star Fox Direct happened on May 6th, and it happened like 2 hours after it was announced. It
Mm-hmm.
was not a very big window. I had no clue this was coming. I think a lot of people say they think they knew it was coming, but I think
Mm-hmm.
they say that every year. And they're like, new Star Fox, new Metroid. Eventually, our predictions will come true. And they did. And in the most funniest of ways, I think this time. I well, actually, I'll ask you first, as you
Mm-hmm.
do me, as you do I. Did you watch this direct? Did
I
you
did
watch
not.
it? No, you haven't
No,
watched it at all.
I've not watched it at all.
Okay, interesting. All right, cool. So yeah, I was a big Star Fox fan. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
say I am a big Star Fox fan. I am a big fan of the Star Fox portion of Mario Galaxy movie,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they start the direct. They play the entire part of the movie with Star Fox.
Oh, interesting.
So you can watch that part without having to pay for the movie.
I guess movie spoilers, which I already knew he was in it, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's how they start the direct. They play the whole sequence, and then they kind of go like, "Well, by the way, we got a game. We have a whole game. It's coming out. It's just called Star Fox."
Mm-hmm.
However, well, let me say this first. I think it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks weird at first. I
Mm-hmm.
understand why people are weirded out by the animals, the Wes Anderson of it all. But I think it's such a Nintendo move. It's so Nintendo what they did. They don't care what anyone else thinks. They're
Mm-hmm.
like, this is the anti changing the Hades 2 ending. This is like, we're doing this. I don't care what you think. And you're gonna love it. And you're gonna pay us money for it. Because
Yeah.
that's what you do as a Nintendo fan. Um minus well, one of there's a few things. First off, this is reimagining of a remaster. It's
Mm-hmm.
very weird.
Yeah.
So it looks like it still sticks to the original storyline, but there it seems to be way more cutscenes and dialogue thrown into it just based off of the trailer I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm just getting older and I just don't remember everything about Star Fox
Which is fair.
64.
Yeah.
But yes, it's essentially Star Fox 64. Um, it's got the submarine, it's got the tank, and the most importantly, it has 4-player dogfighting. I'm so excited to have 4-player split screen dogfighting back, and it includes online now too. So we can play with the PSVG folks and do
Yeah.
some 4-player dogfighting. I think the maps look really cool. I'm so excited to introduce Jameson to Star Fox
Mm-hmm.
like the right way, because having him try to play the old games, uh, you just unfortunately just can't do that with some games. Um, so I am very excited. I think it looks good. I might say you have said great a couple times. It looks good for like a Switch 2 game.
Sure.
And I don't necessarily mean that as a slight. It
Mm-hmm.
just it looks good. And one of the other things they showed off near the end, around the 11-minute mark, is they have avatars
Mm-hmm.
that uh, um, uh, you can be Fox, and Fox will mimic all your mouth moves, even your eyebrow moves, your eye moves.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can also use that if you have the camera when you're playing with friends and have your avatar be the character. So when you talk, um, they kind of, they're borrowing the repo and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But they're one upping it by going like, if you move your nose, your character's nose moves. And they show it off, and it does. And you can also play with one of their N64 controllers that you have to pay like $70 for or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it looks great. I don't know. I know you're not a racer. I gotta imagine you gotta be a shooter, at least a space shooter.
Yeah. I
Is
mean,
that just racing in space for you? You're like, no, thank you.
I did play Star Fox 64 like
Yeah,
back in the day. So I have some experience playing Star Fox. Um I have not watched the stuff on this yet. I've like read some stuff, but I've not watched the thing. But the stuff that I'm seeing, and this is where sometimes gaming discourse really just, I'm like, this is what we're fighting about, because I saw this thing where people were really bad about um Falco's, like, they're like, well, he's a falcon, but now his beak is not a falcon beak. And I'm like, wait, this is what we're upset about? Because there's no hook on it, because that's like what a falcon's beak would have, the
yeah.
hook. Whereas this now has like just like a speed
It's
beak
more
or
of a
something. It's
crane's
like a
beak.
speed beak or birds. And I'm just like, I can't even, like, okay. And that's part of the reason why I was like, I'm not even gonna like dive into this, because this is the things that I'm seeing.
Yeah,
What I would say is that if you are a Star Fox fan, the last Star Fox game was what, 2016?
it was.
Was that
Well,
zero?
if you don't count Star Fox 2, which was released as part of the
Sure.
SNES mini
Yep, 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 yep,
console,
yep.
I think you're looking at Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube, which
Okay.
was
Uh,
internet be quicker 2002, sorry, September 23rd, 2002.
but what about Star Fox Zero?
Oh, I forgot about Star Fox
Yeah,
Zero.
because I think
That
that
was
was
on
2016
Switch.
Wii
No,
U.
2016 Wii U. Yeah, I forgot
Um,
about Zero.
yeah, but yeah, it's
So
been
10
what now?
years.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. So I am both like, for people who are fans of Star Fox, I can very much appreciate, number one, Nintendo like acknowledging the fact that Star Fox exists and you're getting a new Star Fox game. But then also being like, you're getting a new Star Fox game,
Right.
which is just an old Star Fox game, right?
Yeah.
So I think you can be both like happy and sad, and those both seem appropriate to me,
Yeah.
because it's been a really long time since you've gotten a game, but now you're just getting a game you've already gotten one like twice before again.
It's only
Um,
$50 too. That's
it
pretty
is
good.
only, yeah, I guess it is only fifty
It's
dollars.
only.
But yeah, so that's just kind of where, yeah, I'll play it if I get a Switch 2. I'll play it. Because yeah, I can't. I played Star Fox 60, but like, I don't remember playing Star Fox
Yeah.
64. I know I did, but I don't remember anything really about it.
Yeah.
Um, So, yeah, I'm moderately excited, I guess.
I think that's fair.
So yeah, I just man, it was exhausting hearing people complain about it.
I think it's funny though, like it was not very long ago that we were just talking about Star. I was talking to Donnie about Starlink on when I was on
Yeah,
PSVG,
Battle
and
for
I was
Atlas.
like, it was right after the Mario movie,
Hmm.
and I was like, my son really liked Fox McCloud, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh, maybe I'll get him Starlink,
best Star Fox game since
Star Fox.
Star Fox. Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna skip my other thing. We're just gonna go right into our top 5 games because that's gonna probably maybe take a 50 minutes or so, and or a minute or so, and we're already almost an hour into this episode. Josh, goodness gracious. So, in honor of episode 300, Josh, I want us to decide the top 5 games since Board with Video Games started. Now, my question for you, so our first episode was in October of 2017.
Yeah.
But as we kind of like put this list together, the one thing that I thought about this list was, okay, we should probably agree on it at the end. Like, whatever the 5 games are, we should say,
Yeah.
yes, we agree that these are the 5 games.
Yeah.
But should they be like our shared like enjoyment? Should it be like 5 games that like represent the podcast, even if we don't like them? Like, what do you think this list should be?
Well, I mean, you are in control of that, but I would say, like, you're talking about this, and it's making me think about how we need to revisit our top games in our top video and top board games of all times list.
Mm-hmm.
Those were done collectively, right? Our list was based off of games we agreed on, where on our chart they would fall.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I would imagine that we should potentially keep it the same.
Okay. So our 5 favorite games as a duo since our podcast started.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's good because then we'll have a list of more than 5 where we can just kind of come
Yeah.
together and agree on which ones we want.
Yeah. So I put some dates some like links in there, like just basically like top rated games since we've started. We definitely don't need to go through every year. I feel like I have 2 games that I'm pretty positive are gonna make the list.
Yeah.
Um but the other 3 I really, really don't know. Um but do you want to go year by year? Do you just want to throw some things out? How would you like to tackle it, sir?
Well, I would say why don't we go year by year?
Okay. So 2017, the year it all began. Um 2017 was it's kind of wild to think that that's how long that's like how long ago this like whole thing started.
Yeah.
So 2017 had a whole bunch of big games that came out. Um I for me there's one, and actually now that I'm looking at this list, like I'm like, oh man, there's some things on here that are definitely missing.
Yeah.
But is there a 2017 game, Josh, that you think we should probably consider for our list?
I don't know. I wonder if there's at least one in there that I would probably, I mean, maybe Horizon Zero Dawn could make the lists
I,
potentially.
I think there's a good chance that Horizon Zero Dawn might make the list. So I will put Horizon down. Um, but in addition to Horizon, any games from 2017 that either you really enjoyed, think to deserve additional conversation, um, think might be a contender for our list.
I mean, I would want to throw Injustice 2 on there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's peak fighting game with narrative. I guess if you had the time together, still one of the better fighting games ever made, in my opinion.
Do you
I
want to put the highest grossing game of the year, Honor of Kings / Arena of Valor, on the list?
No, that's a mobile game, right?
Yeah, it is. It totally is.
It's got to be a mobile game.
It is definitely a mobile game.
No, I mean, and I don't think we have to put Breath of the Wild on there because that's not on
Yep, we
either of
know that
our
for
lists, I would
us.
imagine.
Yep, it's definitely not on there for us.
Worst
What?
game of the year?
Josh, what I'll throw it though. What about Super Mario Odyssey?
I think Mario Odyssey is good, but I have to imagine the game that you're going to want to put on there. If we're talking, we don't want to put like 10 games per year,
Well,
right?
I agree, but here's the thing though, is like obviously What Remains of Edith Finch is a game that I adore. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite games ever, but I also know that it's not a game that you really enjoy. So if this is like our mutual like appreciation for it, right? Like I put
Sure.
Injustice 2 on there, there's no way it's staying.
No, I agree. And that's why I think you should have your game on there.
Right, but what I'm saying is I know we both like at least Super Mario Odyssey.
I gotta try playing. I gotta play it. Maybe I'll
Okay.
like it.
Have you not played it?
Never.
I thought you played it with Jameson.
No. No way. I thought I couldn't. Isn't it
Well, because
like
one of you
dealing
used the
with like
hat.
suicide or something?
No, one of you used the hat.
Oh, I'm talking about what remains of Edith Finch.
Oh no, yeah, I'm talking about Super Mario Odyssey. No.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, I have never played Edith Finch.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I have Mario Odyssey. I think Mario Odyssey is a good game.
Okay.
It is not in the top 5 Mario games of all time.
Oh, okay.
So I
Okay.
wouldn't put it on the list.
So you would not put that on there. Noted. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm not going to put What Remains of Edith Finch on there because you've never even played it. So I don't know that game could ever make the list
Yeah.
for us in the final version.
Okay.
But yes, I do love that game. Absolutely. I'm just looking through here. Anything else? Because obviously other games that came out that year: Cuphead,
Yeah, Resident Evil 7,
Resident Evil 7,
Biohazard,
Hellblade.
there's a lot of stuff. Oh,
I
Snipper
know.
Clippers. You want to do Snipper Clips?
No, I don't want to put that on there. That's for sure. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Yeah, Forza Motorsport 7.
Yeah, interesting year. Interesting year. Okay,
Wolfenstein
so
2,
right
the new
now,
Colossus.
what's that?
Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus.
Again, a game I love, but I don't know how you feel about.
I Yeah, I don't like that
Yeah,
game.
okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Maybe this is gonna be easier than I thought it was gonna be. I thought this was gonna be super
Well, yeah, but
complicated.
you don't have to. We don't have to have you concede everything, though.
Well, it
It's all
is what
about
it is.
compromise. That's why we work so well together. You compromise for me all the time.
So, all right. So right now the list has 2 games: Horizon Zero Dawn and Injustice 2. All right, let's move on to 20. Oh, actually, I wrote them below.
No, did you? Oh yeah, you did. All right.
Okay, so 2018. Yeah, 2018. What a year! What a year!
Fortnite.
Because obviously, Red Dead, God of War.
Yeah,
Um, I should say Red Dead 2, God of War were the kind of the big ones.
I mean,
Uh,
Fortnite is the biggest game in the world, and it came out.
yeah, but I don't know. I've played Fortnite, but
Oh, it came out 2017. Actually, it won Game of the Year 2018.
yeah, because because like for 27. Oh no, that came out in 2016. Never mind. So yeah, 2018. Um,
Spider Man. Spider Man. Get me pictures of him.
did that come out in 2018? It did,
Hmm.
didn't it?
Spider Man and God of War.
Yeah, they both did. Yeah.
Both games that should make our list, right?
I mean, I think at least one of them should.
Yeah.
All right. So God of War and Spider Man. Man, why is my
So I'll play the Kyle part now. Forza Horizon 4 and Dead Cells are both games I would put on that list, but we don't have to.
But what I will put Dead Cells on there. I
Okay.
love Dead Cells.
All right, good.
Dead Cells is awesome. So yeah, Forza Horizon 4, yeah, not so much. Celeste came out that year. I loved Celeste, but I'm guessing you probably didn't play it.
I did play Celeste and I loved it for a minute until I
Okay.
hated it and wanted to if I wanted a physical copy so I could
Okay.
throw it out my window.
Gotcha. So we'll leave that off the list. A game that came out that year that a lot of people really love. Inside. Josh, what are your thoughts on Inside?
I I appreciate it for what it is.
Okay.
That genre is a little lost on me though.
Gotcha.
Like even Ori, like
Sure.
I like playing them until I don't like playing them, which is usually 25 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a me problem, and I get it. I'm glad they
Um,
exist, especially games like Inside is like a game you would never imagine getting made ever.
right.
And I like that it exists.
Okay. What about I mean, we talked about Red Dead 2, yay, nay?
I think Red Dead 2 is another one of those, like, it's incredible what they can do in it and what they
Mhm.
pulled off. For me, it was such a departure from Red Dead Redemption. Just like, on horse tranquilizers, if you will.
Yeah,
It's just too slow. I
sure.
wanted more Undead Nightmare. What I didn't want was real time horse and buggy simulator, which is
Gotcha,
what we got in
gotcha.
skinning your deer.
Yeah. What about then 'cause this is a game I know you loved, what about Far Cry 5?
For me, yeah, there'd be no question. Far Cry 5. But it's okay.
I will put it on there because I know the joke is that I hated it. I did not hate the game.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it as much as like you and Donnie and stuff did. But I think it we especially how much conversation it generated. I think it definitely um
I
is
still
worth
think about Far Cry 5.
really still okay.
When I was
Then I
playing
think
Outer Worlds 2, I was thinking of Far Cry 5. I'm like,
okay.
this game could be so much better.
Okay. So from 2018 we've had a God of War, Spider-Man, Dead Cells, and Far Cry 5. Anything else from 2018 that we want to add?
No, I think we got a good bunch.
Okay. And probably at some point we'll be like, oh shoot, and realize we missed something, but it is what it is. All right,
We can change it in
2019.
300 episodes only.
All right, Josh, 2019.
Yes.
Um,
Oh,
anything jump out to you immediately as like this is a thing that we should put on our list?
not on our list. I think Disco Elysium is like that one where I really wish I played more of it because I
Sure.
hear so many good things about it.
Yeah.
And I do keep it installed always on my Steam Deck because
Yeah.
I'm always threatening myself with playing it.
Uh huh.
I don't see how we. I would want to include Beat Saber
I would agree.
because that is like when you think of VR, it's like the game you think of,
Yeah.
and
Beat
it's
Saber, I would
great.
agree. I would agree with Beat Saber for sure.
Yeah,
Josh, there's one major game on here that you're not thinking of though that I feel like should be on this list from 2019.
in a serious way or a funny way,
No, in
because
a
I
very
can meet you
serious
in
way.
both way.
No, in a very serious way.
So Control, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Control should definitely be on the list.
yes, Control. You don't want to put Days Gone on here.
I mean, I love Days Gone, but I recognize I might be a bit of an outlier. If you had to pick between Mortal Kombat 11 and Injustice 2, which one would you keep?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would keep Injustice 2 because I think
Okay,
it's more unique.
gotcha.
But I do think Mortal Kombat 11 is, well, I kind of like the story better in Injustice also. Yeah. Injustice
Okay,
2 is so good. And you can, in the DLC as the Ninja Turtles, you can play as the Ninja Turtles in Injustice 2. It's
that's true.
awesome. So good.
What about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order?
Fallen Order is great. You know, want to know something that I love?
What's that?
My son is playing that now.
Really?
And it's awesome to watch him play that. It's also infuriating to watch him play that. But it is really cool. He's telling me about how to make a red lightsaber. You don't just get a red kyber crystal, you have to bleed it. And I
mm.
was like, oh, okay, thanks, bud.
I know we put Beat Saber on there.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Tetris Effect?
I I really like Tetris Effect. I just haven't played it as much.
Okay.
Because when I'm playing Tetris Effect, as much as I love
Mm-hmm.
the VR aspect, I'm also like not watching it.
Right.
And then I go to and I think to myself, oh, I could just be playing Tetris without the
Yeah.
VR headset on.
Gotcha. What about Borderlands 3?
What about it?
Okay, perfect. What about the Division 2?
Yeah, the Division 2 I would put on there.
Okay.
That's an evergreen game if I ever seen one.
All right. Division. I can spell 2. All right, so for 2019, we've added Beat Saber, Control, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, The Division 2. Anything else from 2019
Yeah,
that we
anything
think?
from you? I know you're just gonna like I don't I won't be mad if we cut out all the ones I'm adding.
No, I'm trying to think of, like I said, I'm trying to think of things that we both like,
Yeah,
or at least to a degree, and I think generally that has tended to be, um, quote unquote bigger games, right? Like
yeah. But
I don't
2020 is gonna be a doozy.
2020 is gonna be a doozy. I don't know that either one of us are like super into like what's the Gulf or Outer
Yeah,
Wilds. Like I liked Sayonara Wild Hearts, but I'm like not gonna push, to like get that like on this list. Like
yeah,
Luigi's Mansion 3 was fun, but I'm not like, oh, has to be on there, right? So that's kind of the stuff where like, yeah, there was some cool things that came out that year, um, that I like in addition to these games, or even more than some of these games, other than maybe Control.
yeah.
But like, I don't think that for us as a duo, much else makes sense.
Sure, I
So,
hear you.
anything else you want to add, sir?
Negative.
Okay, I'm just looking really quick here, see, make sure I didn't miss anything that I wanted. Okay, cool. 2019 done. 2020. Man, this is like such a
I'm just
weird.
gonna name 3 games right now that we're not gonna put on our list,
Okay,
but it's crazy these all came out the same year.
sure.
Fall Guys,
Yeah,
Among Us, Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
yeah, right.
Those are all just in like the multiplayer category. I can't believe and
Hmm.
Sackboy, A Big Adventure,
Yeah, right.
all in the same year. That's nuts.
Yeah. Um. All right. So I'm assuming Hades is going on the list, right?
Yeah, Hades is definitely going in the list. Now, I'm gonna wait. I'll save one. I'm assuming for you, Ghost of Tsushima and myself is
I
going
mean,
on that
I
list.
think because I feel like that would be true over The Last of Us Part Two.
And that's what I was going to ask you about. How do you feel on Last of Us 2?
I like I like The Last of Us Part Two a lot. I think I like it more than a lot of people do, especially, or I should say more than a lot of people. Appreciate it on a level that a lot of people don't.
Yeah,
But I think when I think of us as a podcast, especially with how much we played the Legends mode together, I think Ghost of Tsushima just like makes way more sense
yeah.
than The Last of
If
Us.
we were picking between the two, I would say yeah.
Yeah.
I think they could both be on the list. I really like Last of Us Part 2.
I mean, I could put it on there just to cross it off later if you want me to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Put it on there.
Okay,
Maybe
okay,
we won't.
okay.
Also, Phasmophobia came out that year too. That's wild.
I mean, we didn't really play it much that year, though.
No, I don't think anyone played it that year.
Yeah.
But still, it lasted. Half Life Alex,
Yep.
uh, Miles Morales. I can't.
Hmm.
Miles Morales came out. We don't have to put that on the list. Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
VII.
VII remake.
Yeah, I mean that one. I would almost. We don't have to, but that's close for me.
Yeah. Trying to think what else came out
Tony
that
Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake.
year. Let's see
Oh,
here.
tell me why you guys the Life is Strange verse didn't love that one that much, right?
No. 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 No.
Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Can I get it on the list now?
Can I ultimate? What about Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I don't think we can include that. I love Cyberpunk
Yeah.
a lot, and
Yeah.
again, like you said, probably more than most people.
Right.
um, but I mean, no. If we take into account the overall experience
Right.
and how it was released, I don't think it should make the list.
Yeah, and I know you're not an Ori guy. And like I know like AC Valhalla came out that year. I put over 100 hours into that, but I know that like that's not a go for you. Trying to think of what else here.
You can put that on the list.
No, it's fine
I
because I
can
know it's not going to
appreciate
stick
that.
around. Just looking through what else came out that year. Man, because I mean, if we're getting it down to five, like adding more than like two or three a year gets
That's
tough.
true. We shouldn't do too many.
Yeah, because yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I would like want to argue for the two of us. Hades, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2. Seem reasonable?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. 2021. All right. What was the best selling?
So
Wow.
we got Forza Horizon 5. We don't have to put that on the list.
Here's what I am going to put it on the list because
or take 4 off if you put that one on.
I didn't put 4 on there. And the reason was while I'm not a car racing guy, I played more Forza Horizon 5 than I have any racing game ever. So
Okay.
I do think just for that reason, it makes sense that it's on the list.
Sure.
But I do have to ask Josh.
Yeah.
What about Mass Effect Legendary Edition?
I wouldn't put it on the list.
Okay.
Although, I mean, they did make a lot of good quality of life changes.
Yeah.
Still rough playthroughs now.
Sure. What about It Takes Two?
I was going to ask you on your opinion of that because I have played it and I really like it, but I have not completed it.
Gotcha. I have finished it and we played some of it together.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So, what about Inscription?
I mean, for me, I would put it on there, but I would also understand if you didn't want it on there.
I think it makes at least a conversation, but yeah, I don't know that it has to go much more than that, but I think we should at least be on there a little bit. Let's see here.
And then certainly Returnal, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Ratchet and Clank?
I was going to ask you what about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart?
I think it's great.
Okay.
Much better than Deathloop.
Okay. All right. So what else? It Takes Two.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I really like that. I don't know that I wouldn't put it on the list, but
I
nice mention.
Because you don't think it should make the list. I really like that game too, actually.
Yeah, we'll put it on the list. Why not?
Okay. I thought that game was super underrated.
It's so good. Yeah.
All right.
We can not.
Like,
we don't
why
have
is
to
this game
put
on this list even?
We can skip Halo Infinite.
I was going to ask about it. Okay, we'll skip Halo Infinite. Let's see. It Takes Two, Ratchet and Clank we talked about. Returnal we got on there. Life Strange True Colors. Resident Evil
there's
Village.
An award called Ultimate Game of All Time. Look at what a silly title for an award. So you can only ever give it out once, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man. Trying to look if there's anything else that is like sticking out to me.
There's not too much I don't see for big stuff.
Yeah.
Chicory.
I did like Chicory, but I don't think obviously for the two of us.
Yeah.
Kana came out that year, but I did like Unpacking as well, but yeah, I think that's probably pretty much has us for 2021, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good list.
2022.
Okay. Oh, we got to skip some big ones on this one. I wouldn't put on Elden Ring, but I would put on Vampire Survivors.
Wow. Okay.
We don't have to.
No, I'm down for it. I'm totally down for Vampire Survivors. Now here's.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna ask me.
the sequel problem, right? I don't think we should have both of them on there, in the sense of like I don't think like Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West. I think from a series perspective, we should just pick one.
Yeah.
For both those games, I would prefer to pick
We have the best ones already.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So we're on the same page about that then.
Correct. What are you thinking on Marvel Snap? Do we include that?
I mean, it is a game that we both have played a ton. Are you still playing Marvel Snap?
I play every day.
I haven't played it. I haven't played it in a while. I think it at least has to go on there though, because it's definitely something that we have both played quite a bit of. I think they had a bunch of layoffs there recently.
Oh no.
I think maybe
that's why the app sucks right now.
Cult of the
Cult
Lamb.
of the Lamb's great. Stray is great. Tunic is interesting. What else? What else?
Yeah. Kirby and the
Splatoon 3. No, not for me.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Oh, yeah. Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Oh, rest in peace. Multiverses. Is that thing still going on?
Oh, I don't. Good
Got
question.
canceled like twice.
Yeah.
uh, yeah.
I don't think I'm just looking through here. I don't
Oh,
think there's
Lego
anything
Star
else.
Wars, the Skywalker Saga.
I mean, I did play it through that, and I have the platinum in that game, but I don't think I need to put it on this list.
Fair.
Cool. Anything else that you're
Not
like?
really.
Okay.
It's okay if we don't have a lot for
No, it
this
is.
year.
I think that we're starting to kind of get some nice little.
This was one of those years where it wasn't the best year for gaming, like we say every year.
All right, 2023. Oh boy, should I put Diablo 4 on the list, Josh?
I would like you to.
Okay, Diablo 4, I will put on there.
Would you want to put Hogwarts Legacy on there? What's your thoughts on that?
I only ever played. I never finished it.
Oh, okay.
So I probably put almost 20 hours in it, but I never finished it. So,
Oh, okay.
what about
Um,
Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2, maybe I feel the same way you do about picking one over the other. I do think Spider-Man 2 is better.
So I was asking, do you want me to replace Spider-Man with Spider-Man 2?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I think it's better. What do you think?
I prefer it as well.
Okay, cool.
Spider-Man 2. I will just update the list to include that one then instead.
I will say I probably yield on Baldur's Gate 3. I do think that I would put it there, but I don't think you've spent enough time with that,
I haven't
right?
spent enough time to do
Yeah,
that.
that's okay.
Uh,
Mario Brothers Wonder, I think is great, but it's also I don't know that it needs to be on the list.
right.
We're not big old Mario guys.
Yeah. Alan Wake 2, I really liked, but I know not so much for you.
I just never got in. I never played
Yeah.
it. Like I played the opening and never got back to it.
What about Hi-Fi Rush?
I'd like it a lot. I don't know that it needs to be on the list.
Okay. I know Final Fantasy 16 was not really a thing for you, if I recall.
Now a game I tried to also play. I don't
Yeah.
know I don't know what my tastes are doing, but Dave the Diver I really like a lot, but again,
I haven't played as much as you
yeah.
have by any means.
Mortal Kombat 1. I didn't beat you up in that one, right?
Oh no, you beat you,
Was that one?
yeah, you
No.
beat me up. You beat me up for sure.
I know we played some together. I just don't remember which one.
Because
Yeah,
either
I
way,
mean,
you're winning. So it's just like whatever. You're just
I
winning
mean,
me
a
all the
bunch of
time.
stuff came out, right? Obviously, like we got Pikmin 4, Dune Spice Wars, Forza Motorsport, Street Fighter 6, Mario Wonders, Tears of the Kingdom, Armored Core 6. Yeah, MK1, Alan Wake 2, ton of stuff. Is there anything that's like glaring for you that you would want to add?
Yeah, I'm just kind of scrolling through this quick. I don't
Modern
think.
Warfare 2 remaster.
I mean, like I played it, but not like because there's other things I think of that like I like Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line I love, but I know you didn't play, so I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. A Space for the Unbound I really liked, but I know not a thing for you. I mean, we could put Starfield on there, but
Oh,
what about Star Wars Jedi Survivor? I
I
mean, do
think
we do?
it's good, but it's not as good as
I would agree.
the first one.
I would agree. I would agree. Just looking through. I don't think there's anything else that I'm like, oh, this really should be on there. Yeah, because I know Eliza P. We're both like, meh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love Dredge, but I don't think you're super about Dredge. So
Dredge
yeah,
was okay.
okay, okay. Well, hey, there we go. 2023. We got some games on there.
Nice.
2024.
Okay, easy one, right? Astrobot, definitely,
Astrobot.
right?
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely down with Astrobot being on there.
What do you think about Balatro?
I'm down with Balatro being on there. Let's see.
Helldivers 2.
Yeah, I mean, we did play a lot of that, so I think Helldivers 2 would be.
I think I could. If anyone was just like, "Hey, let's play Helldivers right now," I don't think I would ever say no, unless I like couldn't do it.
Right. Do we want to update our Last of Us Part 2 to Last of Us Part 2 remastered?
Well, I haven't played the remaster yet, so I don't want
Oh, we
to. I
can't
don't
do
want to
that
pick
then.
something that I
No,
haven't
that's
played.
out. That is out.
By the time I get to it, another one will come out. Ha ha ha.
Um,
Ho ho ho. Would you want to put Neva on here? I
I
know.
mean,
I feel bad.
I obviously love that game, but I know you don't, so that's fine. It's not a big deal.
I feel bad. I don't want to
Why?
have. I feel
There's
like
no reason to
I'm
feel bad.
monopolizing our
No,
list.
there's no reason to feel bad at all.
Well, I'll find a reason. I'm good at that.
Halls of Torment. Do you want to put that on there?
I no, actually, I just deleted that.
Oh, did you?
Off my Steam Deck. I was like, why do I have this when I have so many other faster, better games that I can play that are just like this?
Yeah, I do. I have it on my Steam Deck only because it's like so small.
Yeah,
It takes up like no space.
It's brutal though.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, everything's a 30-minute run, and yeah. I mean, I don't think there's probably anything else that I'm like, oh, this is the thing that we have to put on there. I think we got 2024.
Yeah,
pretty solidly on there. All right, 2025.
uh-huh. This will be a big swinger for us because I think we varied a lot last year on games.
We did. What are your thoughts on, for obviously we've talked about only one for a franchise, Hades versus Hades 2?
Oh, Kyle, that's a, you'll have to pick for me. I don't want to pick. You pick per your preference.
I'm just gonna leave it as Hades then.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Don't make me pick between my two children.
Thoughts on Split Fiction?
I like Split Fiction a lot. We can put that on the list.
Are you okay with that? Okay.
I'm assuming we'll leave Clear Obscure and Blueprints off, right? And probably put Dispatch on.
Oh, I would be down for that.
Yeah. Because you didn't finish Expedition, right?
I did not. I got quite a bit further in it actually, and then I stopped playing again, and I don't remember why. It's so weird because it's not like I don't like the game.
Yeah, but but you don't. I think it makes sense. You like the game, but you're just not in love with the game.
I don't think I like the game as much as most other people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ball Pit.
Yeah. Let's make a weird list. I love it. Let's get Ball Pit and pick it.
I mean, I've played a ton of Ball Pit too, so that's
why.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I keep eyeing it. I want to play more. I know a new guy came out.
Oh man. Trying to think of anything else from. I mean, Ghost of Yotei. I know you're not as into that as I was. What about Arc Raiders?
I really like Arc. Yeah, let's put Arc Raiders on the list. Why not?
If you had to pick between Arc Raiders and Helldivers 2, which would you pick?
If we're talking me and you, I would pick Arc Raiders.
Okay.
For sure.
Anything else from 2025 we want to put on here?
Mario Kart World is a big one, but
I haven't even played it, so
yeah, we don't have to put that on. And sorry, Donkey Kong Bonanza also.
Yeah, which I also.
We got to get you a Switch too. We got to get one of those into your hands.
I know.
No, I think I'm good for the rest of that.
Okay.
one.
Is there anything from this year you want to put
on? This year, who had the audacity? Oh, this is shutdown date. I'm like, why is Anthem on here? What an awful thing to do to Anthem. This year, no, it's too early for Saros. We can probably skip this year, right?
Yeah, I think Saros would be the only one that might make it at this point.
Yeah.
So
I don't have like a
not
huge contender for this year.
All right, Josh. So this gives us what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Too many.
It's like 30 games. We have to get down to 5.
All right. Let me help.
We're already at an hour and a half of a podcast. All right.
Hey, let me help real quick.
No, it's
Injustice 2 off.
Okay. Injustice 2 gone.
Far Cry 5 off.
Whoa. Okay. No more Far Cry 5. There we go.
I'm just thinking the easy ones, right?
What else
I
is an
ran out of
easy
easy
one?
ones. Helldivers 2 off, right? Arc
Yeah,
Raiders.
probably, because I think we'd pick Art Raiders over it, so I think Helldivers 2 can go.
All right, so I took off at least 3. We start
All
from the
right.
top, right? Horizon
Yep.
Zero Dawn. Would
I
chances are,
I think between like if I and I know we shouldn't do this, but if I'm looking at like Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man,
yeah,
and I think I could even throw Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2 in there. If I look at all 5 of those games, I
yes,
feel like for our podcast, Horizon Zero Dawn is the one that most represents that.
I think that's true. Yeah,
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna necessarily delete these guys, just in case we like, because who knows? Maybe we'll decide that more than one of these makes it.
yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. Um,
No, I like this thought process though. Like
s-
first party PlayStation games
yeah,
going up against each other.
yeah. So I think that I'm gonna bold Horizon Zero Dawn because I feel pretty strongly about Horizon Zero Dawn making it.
Yeah,
Can I throw out there another wild one of I feel pretty strongly about Control?
yeah.
Okay,
I agree with you on that.
okay, because I feel like those two games are both games that we both really really enjoy.
Yes.
Other
Okay.
thoughts, sir?
Let's do. Let's put the quirky ones into a pit and fight.
Okay,
So
what do you consider to be the
like
quirky ones?
we got uh Inscription.
Mm-hmm.
We have Vampire Survivors, Balatro, Ball Pit, maybe Arc Raiders. It doesn't really fit the indie vibe of that, but so
Would
Ball
you
Pit,
include Dead Cells in that?
Balatro. That's yeah, Dead Cells. I think we
Okay.
picked Dead Cells, right?
I mean, between Dead Cells, Vampire Survivors, Balatro, Ball Pit,
An Inscription.
and Inscription, for me, it would be either Vampire Survivors or Dead Cells.
Okay. I think I would lean. You know what? Actually, I would lean more Vampire Survivors.
Over Dead Cells, even?
I think there's more enjoyment on replayabilities than Vampire Survivors for me. I think.
Okay, so you're okay with Ball Pit going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, nothing will take away my love for Ball Pit.
Uh, How many hours do you have in Ball Pit now?
I don't know, man. It's so good though. I can check.
Okay, I'm gonna bold Vampire Survivors for now. Doesn't mean that we're gonna keep it.
Oh, not it's not that much. It's only 52 hours on
Oh,
Steam. I think it's like it might also be 50 hours on the Xbox though.
gotcha. Okay, well, yeah.
I split up my time a little bit.
Um, all right, Josh. Let's like. Hmm.
All right, let me. Okay, let's just take Forza Horizon off. It don't. It won't feel like our list if it's on it,
Okay.
even
Are you
if you
sure?
tolerated it
I did
longer than any other racing game.
racing game. Okay. Well, how about then? What are our thoughts on like Arc Raiders and the Division 2?
I think. Well, actually, I think we put more. We played more Arc Raiders together than Division Two.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But I think we both independently put a lot of hours into the Division 2.
we did. We both independently put it in. So I guess. Do I think the Division Two is a better game? Yes.
Okay. I mean, I would, as far as even just our conversations around it, like I know we played more Arc Raiders together. I think I would keep the Division 2 over Arc Raiders.
Yeah. I'll lean. Yeah, I lean that way as well.
Okay.
Because are we talking about Arc Raiders in 7 years? I don't think so.
Yeah. So,
But we'll
all
probably
right.
still be talking about the Division Two in 7 years.
Maybe we'll have the Division 3 by then.
Maybe.
All right, Josh. Let's just take It Takes Two and Split Fiction. We have both of them on here. Do you
Okay.
think either one of those should stay?
Uh, you know, in this situation, if maybe it was like we had two Dark Pictures games up here,
Mm-hmm.
we both fully played through it together.
Right.
I think it would be more of a talk for
Yeah.
me. I'm okay if they're not in
Okay.
in the end.
I know we both played them and most enjoyed them, but we did not finish them. And actually, now that you said that, I was like, we didn't put any of the Dark Picture games on here, but also I liked playing them with you, but they were not good games.
No, they were not good games. But we'll have to try Directive 8020.
8020, yeah, which is just a couple weeks till that comes out, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So, all right. So that leaves us. So the ones we still have to talk about are Dispatch, Astrobot, Diablo IV, Marvel Snap, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, Hades, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Beat Saber. When I just
I
read through
would,
that list to you, was there anything that you're like, just get rid of this thing?
yeah, get rid of Diablo, get rid of Marvel Snap, get rid of Jedi Fallen Order. That's what I say. You don't have to do that.
Why did you think? Why were those? Do you think those were the ones that stuck out?
Just because you're reading other games that I'm like, okay, Hades has to. We gotta do Hades, right?
So I'll bold Hades. And again, the
Which,
bolds, like we can still change the bolds.
yeah, but that puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolds now.
Does put us at 5 bolds. Okay.
So okay, I have a counter now. So we take our 5.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon Control, Division 2, Hades, Vampire Survivors. Which one of those 5 would you put the least?
Of those, I think the bottom would be the Division 2.
So then we take Division 2 against each one of these uncrossed off ones.
Do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
I didn't want to say either way.
Yeah.
But does that make sense? So we go
Yep.
Beat
So
Saber versus
Beat Saber.
Division 2?
Yeah. I mean, part of me really wants to pick Beat Saber in that situation.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree?
I think that would be funny if we did that. So yeah, let's do that.
Okay, because it'd be funny.
Well, no, and it's funny that that happened right away. The first one.
Okay, so we got Beat Saber. So now Beat Saber versus Returnal.
So I like Returnal a lot less than I like Beat Saber. Do I think it's a better game? Of course, but I like it a lot.
Returnal. Beat Saber versus Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
So that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
You know, I don't love platformers, but I really liked and played through that whole game.
Yeah.
I'll defer to you if you have any strong feelings.
I love Rift Apart.
Yeah, I know you do.
That's really tough. I for me, Beat Saber would lose to Rift Apart.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So then Beat Saber gone.
I hope this is entertaining to the
I hope so too.
Listen to us.
You're getting really mad at us and be like, "Why would you get rid of Beat Saber for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart?" All right, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart versus Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love Guardians, but I do think Rift Apart's a better game.
Do you like it more?
Yes, but
mm-hmm.
I have a superhero bias.
Gotcha.
And I know that's I'm being told that has gotten old for some people. I'm still on the Captain America train.
Gotcha. So you personally would pick Guardians of the Galaxy over Rift Apart?
I would, yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do it then.
Oh. Okay. All right. Interesting. This is an interesting
so
list.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy
versus Astrobot.
Versus Astrobot.
I mean, yeah. What if we kept Guardians and Astrobot took over Vampire Survivor spot?
I would be okay with that. Would you be okay with that?
Because that was my bottom 2 was Vampire Survivors and Division 2.
Strike through Vampire Survivors. We're bolding Astrobot.
Yeah, and now
that just leaves Dispatch.
I think that that's a tough one too. There's some replayability to Dispatch. As I would also argue the same for Astrobot and Guardians. There's a little bit of replayability for all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Certainly more in Astrobot. I don't know if I like Dispatch more than Guardians because of recency bias, but I think it's probably better. I think.
I mean, it was my favorite game of last year.
Yeah.
But maybe I have rose-colored glasses for Guardians of the Galaxy. I really liked that.
No, I think it's a very good game, and it really the narrative is so strong in that game.
What about Dispatch versus Astrobot?
We can swap those out. I'd be
No,
okay
I'm
with that.
asking, like, would you pay
I
for
would.
you, would
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one too. I I think I would still pick Astrobot over Dispatch. Um, but I'd be okay if you want to swap out Guardians for Dispatch.
all right, Josh, so right now, our 5 games,
What
our
a
board of
weird
video
list.
games, 5 games, is top 5 games since the show started. In no particular order: Horizon Zero Dawn, Control, Hades, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Astrobot. How do you feel about those being our 5 games?
You know what's funny? It didn't sound when you read it. It sounded exactly how I would picture our podcast. I think because that WTF middle moment,
The Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
and then but if someone sits and thinks about it, and they have played that game, then I would imagine them going, "Yep, I get it."
Yeah. I I feel kind of okay about that list.
Yeah.
Do you feel okay about that list?
I do. I think it's
Okay.
funny. I think it's unique. And if we aren't at least one of those things, I don't know what we are.
All right, Josh. So here's the final question then. What is the ordering from 1 to 5?
Or we still have to order them, huh?
Yeah.
That's going to be impossible to do. I mean, sheesh. Let me tell you mine. I'll put mine. I'll just say it. So for me, it would be Horizon, Hades, Control, Astro Guardians.
So my first 3 are the same. I would just flip flop Astro and
Flip
Marvel's
them.
Guardians of the
I'm
Galaxy.
happy to flip them.
Okay, so then we have Horizon Zero Dawn being our number 1 game. Horizon number 1, Hades number 2, Control number 3, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy number 4, Astrobot number 5. Look at that.
Nice.
No problems at all. No pain, no gain. Josh, look at that. We have a top 5 BWVG list. I
Crazy.
think, what do you think this list says about us?
It says we're mostly mainstream, go with the flow people.
So we are pretty mainstream. I mean, come on, we have Hades on there, and Control technically is an independent studio.
Yeah.
So 2/5 of our
Control's the
list,
outlier for sure in this group.
2/5 of our list are independent. I guess Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is a Marvel license, but it was it was not a first party studio who made it, though
Not
obviously
an
it's Marvel
Xbox
licensed.
game to be seen.
Not an Xbox game to be seen. That is true. That is true. But maybe that'll change soon. For our next 300 episodes, when we have Fable and we have a new Forza coming out, we have a new Gears coming out.
Yeah. All on the PlayStation.
To be determined. All right, listeners, let us know, what do you think about our top 5 games of our first 300 episodes: Horizon Zero Dawn, Hades, Control, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which I still love is on here, and Astrobot. With that, it's been a long episode. Josh, what do you say we move towards wrapping the show up and giving our listeners a recommendation of things to check out? So, Josh, what is your
Yeah.
recommendation for our listeners?
Mine's blank. I didn't
It
have
is.
anything. We just talked about music. I'm just gonna say, listen to more music.
Yeah, agreed. Josh is saying listen to more music. Okay, I have 2
That's what I
then.
say.
That's fine. So my 2 recommendations are both documentary series on HBO Max. The first one is called The Dark Wizard. It's a docu-series, a 4-part docu-series about Dean Potter, who was a climber slash base jumper slash wingsuit guy slash slackliner, um, who was famous for a lot of reasons, or slightly famous for a lot of reasons. Not all of them being great, but just kind of about his life, the experiences he had. He kind of was an idol. Well, I should say, Alex Honnold looked up to him,
Yeah.
and then Alex Honnold became Alex Honnold. And so there is some conversation too about like that dichotomy where Dean Potter was like the man for a while, and then suddenly Alex Honnold was the man, and like how did Dean handle that? It's a really interesting documentary, especially because when he was coming up was the time where like people were starting to record everything. So there's just so much footage of like the things he did and the antics he did. And kind of he also was a avid journaler. So there's like a lot of journals that he wrote that they have access to and information from. So The Dark Wizard, it's on HBO Max. It's very, very good.
Cool.
The next one is a docuseries called Born to Bowl. Josh, are you familiar with this docuseries?
No.
This is an A24 produced documentary series with Ben Stiller as one of the producers, and it's about professional bowlers in the PBA.
Huh.
And let me tell you, it is exceptional. It is so good. 5 episodes. They're all like 30 to 40 minutes long. I mean, it just follows it's 5 or 6 different bowlers from the Professional Bowlers Association in the United States, follows them through like the 2025 season. It's such a fascinating look at a sport that people are like take really seriously, but also recognizing there's maybe a couple of these people who like can support their life like by being a professional bowler. So it's like, how do these people who have regular jobs like be a professional athlete in this thing?
Yeah.
It's super fascinating. It's really interesting. It has that A24 like the gimmick that they use for producing it and kind of how they present it works really, really well. So I really recommend it, even if you're not into bowling. I think it's really interesting. Born to Bowl, HBO Max. I think it's easily worth the watch. So those are my 2 recommendations. Oh, also the Giro d'Italia just started. So if you want the first cycling grand tour of the year, this is the Tour de France, but in Italy. They just finished stage 3 today. So feel free to check that out. There's 21 stages. It runs till the end of May. So that's also on HBO Max. So, all right, Josh, what do you say we wrap this show up?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. As a reminder, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/boardwithvg or Instagram at boardwithvg. Also, you can email us at boardwithvg@gmail.com. Whatever podcast service you're listening to us on, we encourage you to give us a 5-star rating as it helps other people discover our podcast. And you can find me on all the things at Why So Serious. That's SIRRIUS. Kyle, where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Board Game Geek, all at Psychocross, CYCOCROSS. As always, if you have suggestions for future topics, be sure to reach out to us on the social media because we want to talk about what you want to hear about. And remember, everyone, whether it be board games or video games, never stop gaming.